What is up, YouTube? Bluff City here with another video. And wow, this all came about like shortly after I got done, recording and posting my last video. So I was like, wow, they already they identified the shooter this quickly. I'm like, I mean, they didn't waste any time, and I'm not going to waste any time either. So let's get right into this. Like, the Texas shooter has been identified as Ndiaga Diagne. Yeah, I know I'm probably butchering that. He's 53 years old, a U.S. citizen originally from Senegal, who was naturalized in 2013 and applied for asylum in 2016. Diagne had a Quran in his car and was wearing a T-shirt with Allah when he opened fire at a Austin bar. Now I posted that photo of him with that sweatshirt on my community post. Go check that out. And I'll put it up here on the screen if you haven't seen it yet. Killing 3 people and injuring 14. The gunman had a history of arrests in New York City and Texas. If he had, okay, so history of arrests in 2 states. He's not from the United States. Why has he not been deported? Or why has that not been considered? Because if you ask me, that would have definitely prevented this situation from happening. With like any history he had back then, that trouble he got in back then, they should have booted him the fuck out of here. They should have booted him the fuck up out of here. And I promise you, this whole thing with what happened at this bar in Austin, Texas, it would have never happened. It would have never happened. Had they put boot to ass and this guy said, okay, you don't know how to act here in America, you got to get the fuck out of here. You got to get the hell up out of here and do not come back. They should have permanently banned him from the United States. That's just my personal opinion. They should have banned him from the United States. Are you kidding me? So here's the photo of the described outfit he had on. And I do believe, okay, this is probably from a security camera, and I think this right here is, I know it's hard to see, but I think that's the weapon he had in his hand, like right there. I mean, I don't know why security cameras are such. They're so grainy and poor quality. You could barely see what's what. So yeah, and according to reports, like he says, it's property of Allah on his shirt, and he had an Iran flag shirt underneath. Excuse me. He had the Iranian shirt underneath, which we won't be able to see here unless there's footage of him taking off his sweatshirt, which I doubt there is personally. But if there is, if I do find it, I'll put it in like my community post somewhere. I'll put a link to it there. But I'm assuming this right here in his hand is the weapon he used. Now the info on what type of weapon he used, I mean I can't really tell from that right there because it's all black right there. So we have yet to hear about what weapons he used, but he did have a Quran in his car, so we kind of have an idea of what he believed in, religion wise. And what's crazy, this is what the left wants. The left wants to protect people like him. They want to protect people like him. They want Islam to take over the United States. The left does, and I believe in Texas they have 2 days left. I think on March 3rd they have an election going on, a local election where they can vote against Sharia law being practiced in the state of Texas. I know with this happening, if this doesn't wake the people, if this does not wake the people up, I'm telling you right now, Texas is cooked if they allow Sharia law to be practiced down there. They're cooked. I mean, this if there's any time, any story they need to give the people of Texas a wake up call of what's going to happen if they allow this type of thing to continue and spread. This is it. This is it. Like, if Texas allows this to happen, it's done. It's done. It's already happening. UK is pretty much conquered. UK is pretty much done. It's over with over there. New York City, basically over with. I mean, hell, they elected Zoran Mamdani as their mayor. It's one of the biggest cities in America and one of the top 10 biggest cities in the world. He's already turning it into a third world shithole and requiring people to have four or five forms of ID just to shovel snow. But to vote, you don't need any ID. That is the most ass backwards shit I've ever heard in my life. Americans got to start waking the fuck up already and quit messing around out here. This is not a joke. This is not a joke at all. Sick liberals, once they get their signs ready, they'll be protesting. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, they'll be protesting for a dude who's already dead. Yes, let's keep that in mind. He's dead. He should have been deported a long time ago, but hey, his life is gone now. He'll never do harm to anyone else, him specifically, but who's to say that there aren't others out there in Texas or in other states across the United States for that matter that think the way he thinks and operates the way he does. And who's to say they're not going to do this again? Who's to say someone with his mindset isn't going to try to pull this off? Now, luckily, like I said in my last video, the police were swift and they neutralized him immediately. Immediately. Time to deport Muslims, legal or not. Way to have to nitpick on this sentence. Naturalized in 2013, applied for asylum in 2016. Wouldn't that be the other way around? You need 5 years after becoming a green card holder, which also happens years after asylum was granted in order to become naturalized. Yeah, there might be something fishy with that. There might be something fishy with that because he does have a criminal history in 2 states, and I don't know how that didn't end up getting him deported out of the United States back to his home country. That's what I don't understand. It is absolutely nuts. What these people believe does not belong here in the West. Not at all. And there's one more thing I want to show you all before I get out of here. Okay, this right here is some footage of what happened during the unfortunate mass shooting in downtown Austin. It says here that this shows how people have no clue how to react in these situations or are too intoxicated. Don't bunch up together in an unsecured room surrounded by glass. Arm yourself with a fire extinguisher and move towards the emergency exit. This is what we were taught in CRACE training. So this is everything that happened. Well, not everything, but a glimpse of what happened while the shooter was still alive and wreaking havoc in the bar. Here we go.
We're good. Shit. Shit. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Close it. Close it. Close it. Close. Hey, close the doors.
I mean, I can't possibly imagine what everyone knows to do. I mean, people at a bar, they're not. Most of them aren't in the right state of mind because a lot of them are been drinking, they've been partying, listening to music. So with all that alcohol in their system and food, like they're not going to be in the right state of mind in a situation like this. So that shooter knew exactly what he was doing, going into a bar, start shooting in because, you know, Is everyone going to be in the right mind, even with all this going on? I don't think so.
Shot just popped out, someone got shot. They're shooting them down. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's important. This is why it's so important. Everywhere you go, nightclubs, bars, lounges, all that stuff. Know, like restaurants too. Know where the emergency exits are, because you never know when a situation like this is happening. Now, do they happen like so often to where people are always on the edge? No, 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 no. But still, anywhere you are, any establishment, know where the emergency exits are and know how to move swiftly and move accordingly. And just bunching up together like that, like this person said, not necessarily a good idea. You got to know where your emergency exits are at all times, and know how to move swiftly and just get the hell up out of there as fast as possible. Let's take a look at a few of these before we get out of here. Another opinion of mine is that the 51% rule prohibiting carrying firearms in Texas bars needs to go. There are shootings in downtown Austin every week. Oh shit. Okay, that I did not know. If this person is telling the truth here, let me know. People still going out have the right to self defense. If this is really happening in Austin, Texas, week after week after week, mm, mm, mm. The official training in this scenario is run, hide, fight in order of preference. However, hiding is dubious in practice, as seen in video. My start is to always arm myself and move toward the exit unless the exit is blocked. Mm. Oh, man. This is absolutely nuts. Now, like I said in my previous video, 3 are deceased, 14 injured, and this man was an Islamic terrorist, unfortunately. It doesn't fit the narrative of a white conservative male that, the media would have loved to report on. They would have been this would have been all over everyone's news feed, cable, internet, everywhere. Had that dude, hold on, let me go back. If bro here was a white man in America and did this, all bets would have been off. All bets would have been off. But they're trying to suppress this for a reason, because he's a foreigner who practices Islam, believes in the Quran, and for some reason he wanted to go up into a bar full of people, just having a good time, just kicking it with their friends. It's the weekend. You just want to go in there and da 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 da. But this is not a problem. This could be all over the United States if most Americans right here, right now, do not get their heads out of their asses. And listen, on that note, I'm going to end the video right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, I really do appreciate it. Also, don't forget to hit the link down below to my link tree if you guys want to support this channel directly via Cash App, PayPal, or Super Thanks, whichever one is fine with me. And for that, I will shout you out in my next video or my next community post as my way of saying thank you for your contribution to this channel, because you did not have to do that. And with that being said, if you're in Texas, you have a chance to ban Sharia law permanently in that state to prevent more of this shit from happening. You have an opportunity. Do not drop the ball, Texas. Please don't drop the ball. Y'all be safe out there. Be aware of your P's and Q's. Know your emergency exits, where you're in restaurants, bars, lounges, anywhere you go, please. Because you just never know when a situation like this might happen. Y'all have a good one, and peace.